Hello, today we are going to discuss the poem Hope is the Thing with Feathers, written by Emily Dickinson, the famous American poetess. Like all her poems, this is also a very small poem running just into 12 lines. The poem is like this: Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chilliest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. So this is the poem, and in fact the poetess has used a metaphor in this poem which reminds me of Alexander Pope's famous lines: hope springs eternal in the human breast, man never is but always to be blessed. Miss Emily Dickinson has in this poem expanded the idea of the first line of this couplet of Alexander Pope and conveyed it by means of a metaphor. Miss Dickinson imagines hope as a feathered bird singing endlessly in the human soul. The song of this bird sounds the sweetest when the soul is facing a gale or a storm, that is, when a human being is passing through difficult times. Only the most fierce of storms can discourage or silence this bird. In other words, hope can be dampened or cowed down only by the sorest calamity or in the most difficult and testing times. The poetess says that she has heard the song of this bird in the chilliest land and on the strangest sea, meaning thereby that hope has sustained her in the face of the most adverse circumstances, and yet this bird has never asked to be fed even at a time of great distress. That is to say, according to the poetess, hope is self-sustaining and does not need to be kept alive artificially. Not only does hope spring eternal in the human breast, but it springs naturally and spontaneously and without any effort on the part of the human beings. Yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me, she says. The metaphor of hope as a bird singing is kept up throughout the poem, and a time-worn, familiar idea is given a fresh appearance. Nor is there the least obscurity about this poem. In fact, it is one of the most simple poems written by Miss Dickinson. Thank you.